It's a Bahamian-owned bank, and I just love their tactics. I can't knock them. So they have many Bahamians who, of course, have mortgages at their bank. And I think about 2 or 3 years ago, I saw where they had put up their yearly earnings. And I think it was like 1 point something billion in profit. Now, remember now, the Bahamas, we have a small population, uh, tipping little over 400,000. Okay? A small fraction, because we have other banks here, a small fraction of that population are indebted to that bank. But listen to the profit. The profit, I think, it must be probably $2 or $3 billion. Let's be modest. $2 billion in profit. Now let's just say they have, like, in total in terms of mortgages, let's just say 500. Let's just say that 500. Listen carefully. $2 billion in profit in this small nation, the Bahamas. How is that possible? I can show you right now. I hope you're all ready for this. I hope you're all taking your notes, right? A prudent man foresee it. I love it. Now, before I define the word prudent, because this is going to be key, I want you to see the first thing that this prudent man does. He foresees. In other words, write down this word. He forecasts. The word forecast is the same as foresee. It is to predict what's coming or to have an idea of what the future would be. This is what the lender does. This is what the rich man does. See, before he or she acts, I need a forecast. In other words, I need some reports as to what the economy will be like. Before I get this loan from you, this is what a wise person does. I see where I qualify for $400,000. So let's look at some forecasts. What is my interest rate? And is it a fixed interest rate, or does this go up and down during the course of this loan? Am I able to pay off my loan without a penalty? Am I able, after I've satisfied what we agreed to per month, can I now pay additional on my principal? See, this is what the lender, this is what the rich, this is what I love it, prudent does. The simple, I just want the loan. I qualify for 300,000. I want the full 300,000. He don't care how he's going to pay it back. He doesn't see in the future, what if I become sick and I can't pay it back? What if I fall into losing my job? See, the prudent, we can get to that definition, the prudent is obsessed with forecasts. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you break the spirit of poverty. I'm trying to help you. But in order for me to help you, you got to take it bit by bit and changing this. Poor people live from day to day. Poor people live from hand to mouth. Poor people live from paycheck. They no forecast. They're not interested in that. No. They do anything for money. They live in a survival state. They eat up everything one time. They spend everything one time. They get a bonus. They don't have the discipline to say, you know what? I didn't have this bonus before. I was making $2,000 a month. I got an additional $1,000 as a bonus. They didn't say, well, let me just put this up and pretend as if I never had this and just continued my $2,000. No, they spend it all up. The one who have the foresight, the prudent, he says, okay, get 1,000. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, so let me put this one on account, but I don't touch it. I'm trying to help you, but get these notes because you ain't hear this in most of your churches right now. The prudent man is interested in forecasting. The prudent man sits and contemplates and ponder before they spend a nickel. How can I get a return on this? What is it going to be like? If I spend this now, what would the future be like? So the word prudent, listen to this. I love this definition. The word prudent, a person acting with or showing care and thought for the future. It's a prudent person. So I see why he's interested in forecasts. I see why he wants to know what the future will be like. I see why he's interested in watching those economy channels and what the Dow is like and what the percentage rate is determined by the government. See, because he wants to know now, based on how this economy going, and having a overview of my finances will determine how I will go forward. So he isn't living to impress the public. I hope you're listening, See, this is what you need to be taught in church. Because if you say to me, God getting ready to do something different in your life, God getting ready to, I see God blessing you you are talking utter garbage. And I have no discipline, no foresight, no wisdom, no knowledge in finances. Why would God punish me by giving me all his money? Because that's what he'll be doing. God will be punishing you right now. If God was to give you $1 million right now, $1 million, he might as well send you straight to hell. Because that's where you'll be headed. Kevin, how could you make that statement? Okay. Let's look at history. All right. If you go to a doctor right now, that's why I love knowledge. And you say, Doc, I've been having some tightness in my chest. So first thing his mind will probably go on is you might have a heart condition or cardiovascular thing. But watch what he's saying, because now he's trying to make sense. So what does he do now? How do I try to diagnose this? Let's go to history. So tell me something. He got his pen, right? He's asking you some seemingly off-the-wall questions, but this is in his effort to forecast. So tell me something. Do your family have a history of heart disease? Yeah, my uncle. Okay, great. All right. Okay, I see that. In your family, they've had problems with like their cardiovascular and stuff. Yeah. So what is he doing? He's doing what you should do with your finances. I look at the history. Because the history now is going to give me or put me in a better position to determine the forecast. So this is how I now get all of the knowledge. That's what we go into next after prudence. I need this knowledge to make proper decisions. Go to any insurance company for life insurance or health insurance, right? That's what you come there for, right? Okay, yeah, Mr. Ewing. So tell me something. Does anybody in your family have cancer? Yeah. What about heart disease? Yeah, strokes? Yeah. Why you ask me all this stuff? Because I want to know if it's profitable. Because if your family have that, then the history will tell me that more than likely you will have it also. So more than likely I will deny you this insurance because I don't see you being a profit to us. It's called forecasting based on the history. Let me give you a perfect example. Most people sit down getting people pregnant. Nobody's forecasting will happen. You got 5 children with 5 baby mamas. Yeah, boy, use something else. Boy, you got all these kids, man. Use the man. Use the man. Are you taking care? Did you forecast college? Did you forecast Pampers? Did you forecast food? See, forecasting is what will keep you out of debt. Forecasting will make you spend more efficiently and wisely. The problem that the church have today, those who are poor, they do not or neglect the ability to forecast with the resources that they have. So the rich and the lender, they're prudent. That's what they are. They're prudent. That's why they are who they are and why they are what they are. They have more than enough to lend and make a profit of what they're lending you. They are rich and they now control you. How do they control you? Because they supply jobs for you. Why? Because they're prudent. And what does prudent mean again, Mr. Ewing? Someone acting with or showing care and thought for the future. So every time they think, they're thinking futuristically, forecasting, foresight. Your leaders are telling you, don't get mad at me, your leaders are telling you, God is getting ready to do so and so. I hear God says, if you bring the seed right now, bring that seed right now. Give me a second, yeah. Bring the seed right now and watch God. Watch him. How come you don't telling me about what Kevin is telling me right now? How come you don't give me a lesson in management of my finances biblically? So, Kevin, why you made a statement just now? And you said that if it'll be God punishing me and giving me a whole heap of money right now, and I will stick with that. Why? Simply because we are creatures of habit. So here's what that means. So you're not paying your bills right now, even when you have monies. You may not have all the monies to pay it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself. Well, you got to treat yourself sometimes. My God, you're making all this money and you got to give it to all these lending institutions. Yeah, you created that. Nobody forced it on you. So what do you think? If you weren't paying your mortgage up to par now, and let's say you are like, let's say 200,000 in debt right now, and let's say God bless you with 300,000. I know what you can tell me, but Kevin, I is that I will pay off my debt right now. I don't care what nobody's saying. I don't know about that. Excuse me. Because again, I'm going to be the insurance guy. Again, I'm going to be the doctor. Let's look at your history. You are no different from somebody who claims to believe in tithe, but don't pay tithe. But I will say to you right now, Kevin, if I got $1 million right now, I don't care what nobody say. I take in 10% of that million, 100,000, and giving that to the church. I make sure God get his voice. So let me look at the history. You've been employed to this company for 10 years, all right? And with the salary that you made in total over the 10-year period, you've made $2 million. How much of that you gave to God again? Did God get $200,000 out of that? Because you believe in tithing, right? So you didn't do it with the 2 million. But if God gives you $1 million cash right now, you will pay off. Sorry, if God gives you $200,000 right now, you will pay off your $200,000 debt right now. You do that right now. Yeah, man. You're a clown. You're a performer. You're a joke. Remember, Proverbs 23, that's why I love rules. Verse 7. As one thinks in their heart, so they are or so they will become. If my mindset is, and I've met a lot of people like this, they don't believe in paying off their bills. They don't believe in, if their power bill is $200, they can pay $100. If their water bill is $50, they won't pay $25. Listen to me. You're not doing that. You're literally programmed to do that. So here's what's going to happen. When you get that big $300,000, you're going to see it as a crime to pay off the 200,000. No, you know why? Because you're thinking you could buy a motorbike, you could buy a boat, you could get more jewelry, you could travel, because you have no form of discipline. You were never trained that way. You were never taught to think that way. You have no form of forecasting. You're not interested in it. So all you're going to do is what you always did. Stop fooling yourself. You're never going to be that disciplined to say, over the 10 years, I've never was disciplined with money. But guess what? If somebody give me a lump sum, I'm going to become instantly disciplined to do the right thing with it. Nonsense, garbage, foolishness. You're talking garbage. So I went and I looked up the word prudent from the Hebrew version. The word is pronounced arum or arum. Okay? And listen what it means. It means shrewd. It means sensible. Listen to this carefully. It also means sly and crafty. That's what the word arum means, which also means prudent. But the word sly and crafty, which is also meanings of that word prudent, that also means to, sly and crafty means to calculate to get a precise result.